I just want to say a big up to the guys at Undefeated podcast. They, they killed it. Okay, I'm gonna say Rocket. Charles Martin, just leave it out. What's the point?
He's just trying to be someone.
He just wants to come on the come up. Like, for what? Like, no one wants.
You already had your shot, bro.
Guys, it's Katie and Sham back once again at Boxing and Bantz. Katie, another weekend of boxing. The Matchroom HQ.
So good, wasn't it?
I enjoyed it. It was a good card. Card. Before we get into the boxing, I just want to say a big up to the guys at Undefeated podcast. They, they killed it. They killed it.
They even made me laugh. They were hilarious.
They really were. And it was, can I just say how nice it was to see, different platforms, different channels at Matchroom this time. And no disrespect at all to any of the, the usual platforms that we see there. But I think it's really refreshing to see somebody different there. And I hope that continues. And I hope that, some of the other boxing channels get that kind of opportunity to get in and take some footage and be a part of the evening. So that was really, really good.
And it's nice because they opened up doors for, like you said, other channels to come in, and they paved the way. So well done to them. And they're on such a huge production. So yeah, congratulations. They made me laugh. And yeah, I hope to see big things from them and many other channels like ourselves as well.
Absolutely. So big up them. I don't know where to start. It was such a packed card. I'm thinking let's start with EBANIE Bridges and Ben Connolly.
Yeah.
What did you make of it, Katie?
Let's start from the weigh-in.
Yeah.
That blonde bomber is just a bombshell, ain't she? She's amazing. I love her. I love her so much. Eddie Hearn was not going to get caught off guard. He averted his eyes as soon as she arrived on the scale.
So awkward, though. It's so awkward. Like
is.
I don't know, how do you deal with it? And he's a married man, right? But he is a man, okay? And you've got a woman standing in front of you, half naked, probably more than half naked. She's in a thong, bra, whatever. She's an attractive woman. How do you deal with that? Like,
but I guess it's not the same, but it's the same as being on holiday. You're on the beach and there's loads of women in their bikinis. So,
but what's different? You know what's different, Katie? This is on film. This is on camera.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
You could get away with it on the beach on holiday. Your girlfriend might be looking in one direction, and you sneak a quick. You cannot look at her because it's going to be seen by thousands of people around the world.
That's true. But you know what? I respect her and I rate her for not giving her. Because honestly, who is going to do that? What woman does that? No one apart from her. So
you know what? I wasn't sure about her at first, and the displays that she puts on. I know why she does it. She's a woman and she's playing on the male boxing audience, and that's fine. Yeah. But you know what I respect about her is she does all that, but she can back it up in the ring.
Yeah.
Like if she was doing all that, but she was a crap boxer, then it's like, okay, whatever, bye. But she's actually, she can back it up. So I respect her too.
Yep, definitely. So let's just go on to the fight. So she made her comeback and also made a short work of the usually durable Beth Connolly when she stopped her in the third round. So well done to her. She finished the job in style by landing a big overhand right that dropped Connolly. I did think that she was going to carry on, but obviously she didn't. It was a solid performance. The only thing I would say about EBANIE is her head movement. There's no head movement. It's non-existent. Is that a huge flaw? Maybe not.
Well, it was a flaw in the Shannon Courtney fight because as you saw, what happened to her eye based on that. And I think
Yeah.
I think you're right there. I think it could be against the wrong opponent. That's going to be a problem. But I think she made light work of Beck Connolly. No disrespect, but she didn't seem to trouble Ebony at all. The knockdown, I could see from that point, Connolly didn't want to get back up.
No.
Well, she didn't want to be back in. He was counting her, and she was just like,
I don't want this beef, man.
I don't want this smoke. I don't know if I want it.
Don't want the smoke.
She just looked like she's had enough. So I wasn't surprised that the ref ended it there. I think it's probably the right thing. I mean, I don't know what she felt. I would say that if you get knocked down, and my instincts are saying that a fighter's spirit should be like, I want to carry on. Like, you should be contesting it. You should be fighting it and arguing to continue. And there was no contesting on Connolly's part at all.
There was nothing. Maybe she, like we said, she didn't want the smoke. She felt the power. She felt the accuracy. She didn't want the smoke. She was like, do you know what? I'm going to hurt myself.
Do you know what I mean? You're meant to have, you're supposed to have a fighter's spirit. And, that shouldn't let you, after one knock. I mean, maybe if she had gone through like 5 knockdowns and said, I just can't do this anymore. But like one knockdown in, I would be arguing personally, I think, to continue that fight. I've come all the way. But
that's what they say about the old school boxers. They fight till the death of them, but boxers now, they look at it more like, okay, I could possibly be hurt and hurt bad, so no, I'm not going to continue. But I get what you're saying, because if I was a boxer, I say that because I'm not, and I have an untrained mind. We can say this, but it's easier said than done. But I feel as though I would want to continue and have that, I want to go to the end mentality. But then again, you've got a family, so I don't know. But well done to Ebanie Bridges and Beck Connolly. I'm sure we'll see her in the ring again. So yeah.
Where we go next?
Let's go to Babic.
You know what?
Bennett.
That was the fight of the night for me.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. For me, it was the fight of the night above the Kid Galahad fight, which we'll go on and talk about afterwards. But Alen in his usual fashion just went flying out.
Guns blazing, didn't it?
Just got to it straight away, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be." You got me excited really early on. Yeah. And Mark Bennett actually kind of matched his power, early on. And I thought, this is gonna be. It was just blow for blow, trade for trade. I didn't particularly have either one of them up on the scorecard. They were quite close to me for most of the early rounds. Until probably round 4, 5 probably, and then the whole thing just turned and it became really one-sided, and I was just like,
you know what, it was a slugfest.
Yeah,
it was like by round 2 I was like, oh my god, only one round went so far, and they're both just exhausted because they matched each other's power. That was a great matchup. That was the fight of the night for me out of the undercards. But let's talk about the press conference. Well, when they did the face-to-face, the face-off.
What? I rewatched it because I tried to work out like whose fault was that. I know.
Let me see what you're gonna say.
Alen the Savage, is he's kind of mad, isn't he? So like, you kind of expect mayhem and things like that at these kind of things, but I would say it was Alen that started it, because they've come head to head and he started shouting something, right? It was kind of incoherent to me. I don't know what he was saying, but he's shouting in the guy's face. So Mark Bennett would have no option. He had to do something. So he decided to pull at the mask, right?
Yeah.
So he was pulling at the mask, and then Alen slapped him.
Yeah, he did like a little bitch slap, innit?
Exactly. And then he got one back. So it's like...
And that's it. He returned fire with a much meatier slap.
Yeah.
So you did kind of instigate it, but okay.
What he was actually saying to him when he started shouting, when they went head to head, and
I was trying to listen. Yeah, but I couldn't
I
catch it.
couldn't make it out. I don't know if you did, but
No. Look, Babbage is easy to root for, but obviously for me, there is certain flaws in his performances. His technique isn't bad. It isn't bad, but there is a lot more work that, you know, obviously that he needs to work on. So
I think Babbage works on. I think he works on his power.
Yeah,
I think he relies on his power more than his technicals. I think. Yeah, I think he's got. I think I'll go a bit further and say I think he's got a lot more work to do on his technicals. If I'm being honest,
yeah.
But he's exciting to watch.
He's raw.
He's exciting in the build up, and he's powerful. He's only at 8-0. But I almost feel like his level of opponents. It sounds mad because he's only 8-0, but I think they need to step up a little bit now because he's just running through guys.
Exactly.
Of his 8 fights, none of them have gone to points.
No.
All been
knockouts
or technical knockouts.
Exactly.
So I'd like to see him step up his opponent just to see a bit more of a competitive fight. This one was competitive, but I think there could be more. And then obviously after the fight, he proposed to Miss Lady Savage, which was very nice.
It was beautiful.
It was really nice the way it was Savage. Done. It was really nice, but she didn't seem to be. I don't know if it was just me. I noticed she took a while to register what was going on because obviously they put it on the screen, and she was like facing the screen for ages, like looking. I
think she was trying to comprehend what was going on because there was going on.
Yeah, because they actually had to turn her back around to see him.
Yeah,
on one knee, which I thought was quite funny, but. I think it's a beautiful way to do it. Yeah, a beautiful way.
Yeah, it was cute. And I'm glad he won and he won. Yeah, because can you imagine? Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was a brilliant fight. That was my number one fight. It was sick. So sick. I was up on my chair for the whole time. So yeah, really, really, really good. Let's move on swiftly. Fabio Woodley and Nick Webb. Didn't last very long.
Yes, short
thoughts, Sham. What's your thoughts, girl?
I mean, it was weird to me because at first it looked like Webb was gonna take it. He was dominating it in the first 30 seconds, minute, whatever, and then it just looked like all of a sudden Fabio was like, no, you know what? It was almost like when he's ready to switch it up, he's going to switch it up and just completely reverse the roles. And it just didn't look like Webb could come back.
Yeah, he was done. Webb came out aggressive. He landed a couple of good shots from early. It was only one round, but from early on in the round, he pushed Woodley back. And then Woodley just turned the tables, landing huge body shots. And, obviously his trademark heavy hooks. And took him down. Brilliant fight. That was a brilliant fight.
I heard one of the commentators saying, "Oh, I thought it was a bit early," and I was like, "He didn't." The guy slumped into the corner. Like he wasn't getting back up. He was just getting a beat down at that point.
Getting Brock up
because he looked like he was doing well at first, but like he wasn't going to get back up. So I think it was right.
Yeah, definitely. I was watching it thinking. I thought Webb was actually going to take it. I did at one point. And then obviously we know the tables turn. And you know what? Good on Fabio, because the way he managed to be strategic and just his light bulb went on and said, this ain't happening. Flip over and then, change the game. So congratulations again to him. Absolutely. Well deserved.
And then the main fight of the night, Kid Galahad and Jazza Dickens. That was for the vacant IBF World Feather title. This is gonna be an unpopular opinion, right? I don't find Kid Galahad's style very exciting. I felt the same when I saw his last fight. He's clearly got talent, but his fights they don't keep me locked on, if I'm being honest. They don't keep me locked on. I think he did well and he outclassed Jazza Dickens, which is a shame because it started out fairly even, but then I'd say by round 4 to 5, it just was a clear differential on points by that point.
Of course, yeah.
And he was, Justice Dickens had, he had a cut on his eye. His eyes were swollen.
It was just dripping from left, right, and centre.
It was just all over the place.
It was a blood fest. Yeah.
I'm glad they stopped it when they stopped it.
Do you think they should have stopped it earlier? Considering all these
injuries? I don't think so, because Justice Dickens to me seems like a fighter and someone that wants to keep going.
He's a warrior
until the very last breath. So fighters like that, give them the opportunity to do that. And if there's no medical reason to stop it and he hasn't gone down or whatever, then
there's
I think it's right to let it carry on. But I also think it was right to stop it when they did. I found it interesting that both that fight and what was the other one, the Babic fight, both of those that lost, they lost when they went to their corner, which I know obviously it happens sometimes, it's not, but it's quite interesting to see how the refs, they let the round continue, and then I don't know if it's the corner that puts the flag up and says, look, somebody looks at them and says this is it's not right for them to continue. And I also heard someone in I assume it was in Justice Dickens' corner shouting stop the fight. I don't know if you heard that. When he went into the corner, they were screaming, stop the fight, stop the fight. So I don't know if that was a family member. I don't know if that was someone in his team, but they clearly didn't want him to continue. And I think it's the right decision at that time.
I think it was definitely the right decision. And they were at, the 11th round? They didn't make it.
Just after the 11th going into the 12th. So he must have been gutted to not make it.
Because he was
getting that close.
He just made it there. Yeah, of course. But
a good fight.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight. I will agree with you. I wasn't too excited. I wasn't screaming. I wasn't shouting. I wasn't too into it because I got up and left the room a few times. But Galahad gradually broke down the stubbornness and resistance of Dickens after a while. And, Dickens, he took persistent punishment, hence why, his face was all blooded, his nose and everything that you mentioned. And what did you think of him keep stepping on his foot, though? Because I heard that
he does. Yeah, apparently that's something that he does quite a bit. And it's just something that needs to be worked out in terms of style in the gym,
it is
trainer.
Footwork, definitely.
They just have to work on that. I don't know. I'm not a boxer, so I don't know how difficult that is. But if you know it's something that keeps coming up, and you're going to get pulled up by a ref over it, you just got to work on it in the gym, I guess.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm sure they will work on it at some point, but sooner rather than later. But look, before we wrap up, one word to describe all the people that won that we just mentioned. So Ebony, Fabio, Alen, and Galahad. So just one word to describe Ebony.
What, individually?
Individually, just one word to describe them of their fight that night, their performance. One word.
Oh, God. No, you can't put me on the spot like that.
All right, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Ebony, for me, tough.
Okay, I'm going to say Rocket.
Fabio.
Oh, God. Can I give you 2 words?
One word, girl.
I'm giving you 2 words. Brick wall.
I'm going to say smart. Alen. Babic.
Oh, my God. Savage.
Beastly. Galahad.
Oh, no, please.
Come on, yalla.
I don't have one for him.
I'm going to say strategic.
I'm leaving that one out.
Yeah.
I don't have a word for Kid Galahad.
Because why don't you say not exciting?
I'm trying to be nice.
Oh my God.
Okay. Whilst we're here and before we go as well, obviously there's been a bit of talk about Dillian Whyte, his legal proceedings with WBC, and they're saying that there potentially will be an announcement after the Wilder Fury fight on October the 9th. They're throwing a lot of names out there. who do we want to see him fight? Because they're saying it's going to be November now. He was meant to be on the undercard of the Canelo Plant fight. I think that's been moved or not happening anymore. So now Eddie's saying November. So they're saying, you know, the usuals, Ruiz. They're talking about Areola right now. Charles Martin's still in the mix.
Yeah, I'm over that. There's only two people that I want to see Whyte fight. Who it's not going to be AJ. I know that much. It's not going to be AJ.
Because it's going to be November, so it's going to be
exactly. So it's not going to be him.
Yeah.
Ruiz or Wilder. That's the top two that I want to see him fight.
Yeah, but it's not going to be Wilder in November because he would have just fought.
Of course. So Ruiz, hopefully.
It's going to be Ruiz or Areola, I believe. Charles Martin, just leave it out. What's the point?
He's just trying to be someone.
He just wants to come on the come up. Like, for what? Like, you know, no one wants.
You already had your shot, bro. Like,
and you went down in 2 rounds. You came out wearing a crown and you went down in 2 rounds.
With his king crown and everything. Chill, please, bro. Let's not do that.
No, yeah. I want to see him against Ruiz.
Yeah. And the reason why I said that, I think I said this on one of our other shows. The way they fight, they're toe-to-toe, head-to-head fighters. No one's not stepping back. No one's not doing. They're going blow for blow. And I want to see how he handles Ruiz as opposed to how AJ handled Ruiz.
And that's the thing. Styles make fights. I think it'll be a completely different fight. I don't think Ruiz could get in as easily as he did actually with Dillian, because Dillian will just come forward.
He's a forward fighter, isn't he? Yeah.
So that's what I'd like to see. So I'm really eyes peeled for that announcement. I can't wait to see that. And it might be, you know, in the States as well. That'll be his US debut.
I hope so. I want big things for Whyte, man. Big Definitely. Up you, Whyte. Honestly, we honestly love your style, the way you are as a person, as a boxer. You're lit. We want to see you win, and we want to see you get your shot at all the titles. So yeah, hopefully he does fight Ruiz, and hopefully it is in America, in US. But I guess we just have to wait for announcements, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but
okay, Katie, give us the socials.
Follow us, guys, if you don't mind, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You don't know the drill. It's Boxing and Bantz with a Z. Okay.
Indeed. And again, it's Katie and Sham at Boxing and Bantz. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.